Hello, my name's Mike Hibicki, and I'm creating a series of video blogs about my hometown.
Vlog 5 is all about the start of Cobourg Harbour's transformation. The transformation from a heavy industrial port, ferry terminal, and inhospitable waterfront. This was envisioned by a few optimistic and energetic Cobourg families. The day is Sunday, July 26, 1964, and 30 yachts or sailboats from Toronto have just raced to Cobourg as the overnight stop during the Freeman Cup. Wednesday's edition of the Cobourg Sentinel Star was almost exclusively dedicated to the race and Cobourg's hospitality. The headline read, "Cobourg plays host to visitors." Something new came to Cobourg on Sunday, at least new for this generation, for it was over 30 years ago that a flotilla of like proportions graced port of Cobourg. Ideal weather and well-planned arrangements by the Great Pine Ridge Marine Association made Freeman Cup Day in Cobourg a huge success. "We have cruised to many ports on Lake Ontario," said Vice President of the Toronto District Cruising Yacht Racing Association, Ted Walker, Sunday afternoon, "but none has put on what Cobourg has put on for us today. We hope the next time we come to Cobourg, we see a yacht club here and the same hospitality. Plans for a community marine club for Cobourg are being made by the Great Pine Ridge Marine Association. The idea is to promote boating, canoes, punts, rowboats, motorboats, sailing boats, and what have you, with the hope that enough interest would be created in the public to form good boating activities here in town." The idea of a boat club gained impetus when a few public-spirited young families offered to help the Industrial Commission and Chamber of Commerce to welcome the Toronto Association. Yachts competing in the race, Toronto, Cobourg, Soda Spey, and back to Toronto, lined Cobourg Harbour Sunday in a display of long white hulls. For the most of Sunday afternoon, the crews lounged on board, their craft surrounded by hundreds of admirers. At 5 o'clock, they were officially welcomed by Mayor Jack Heenan and members of the Great Pine Ridge Marine Association, and an hour later were treated to a barbecue steak dinner. The day was warm and sunny with a cooling breeze from the west that rocked the boats enough to make visiting landlubbers very uncertain of their footing. Sails were hoisted again Monday morning, and the yachts left Cobourg for Soda Spey, from where they had started the Freeman Cup race to Toronto. On behalf of the Cobourg Chamber of Commerce, Chamber President Ten Prosser welcomed the guests. The Chamber played a large part in coordinating the day's events. Prior to Mr. Prosser's address, and those of the other speakers, the yacht crews were entertained by the Cobourg Goody Band on the direction of Tom Goody. The Department of Transport came through, and in 1965, the province of Ontario granted the letters patent to the Cobourg Yacht Club, thus beginning the CYC's long history. With dreams of someday having boats and yachts the size of those that raced in the Freeman Cup, CYC began its sailing fleet with small centerboard dinghies and soon expanded to keel boats in the 1970s. Thank you to Phil Callan for lending his 1964 Cobourg newspaper and the video footage.